This is Danny Flexon here for Seconds Out. Delighted to be joined by the European super-bantamweight champion, Jason Cunningham. Jason, how are you?
I'm very good, thank you. Yourself?
Yeah, good. I know you've got a bunch of other titles, but it's just easier for the sake of time not only mention the biggest one, I guess. With all due respect to the IBF and their one of their belts as well. We saw you out in action last month, getting the win, retaining your European title against Terry Lecoivier. Not even Thierry, even though he's French. Nice English name there.
Oh, Terry.
Terry. But you got the job done in good fashion. Dropped him a number of times with body shots and got him out of there well before the end. You must be delighted with the performance.
Yeah, I am. Obviously, my first fight with Frank as well, so we got off to a very, very good start. But I said before, and it was kind of the unknown opponent. Not much about him, but he'd not been in with same level of opposition, and obviously I'm on a good run, probably flying at the minute with my form and stuff. So we were confident anyway, but obviously it showed up that there's levels to it. So yeah.
And were you expecting it to be more difficult because he'd only ever he was unbeaten coming in. He'd fought at a good level. He was the EU champion as well. It seemed on paper like it'd be a tough test, but you showed your levels above him in the end.
Yeah, I think from what I'd seen of him, he was quite aggressive, and that usually plays into my hand, obviously, with counter punching and stuff like that. I mean, you don't have to look back at Yafai, which just over a year ago now. They kind of walk onto a lot of stuff. And there were no joke after the fight of the interview. I did say about he'd been munching Ben and Jerry's and stuff, and he were actually, in terms of this level, you have got to be professional, a certain level of professionalism, and you can't go out eating ice cream and Nutella and drinking full fat Coke on days. So I were always going to be targeting that body anyway. But yeah, it paid off at night.
Had you actually seen him kind of pigging out?
Yeah, well, I was getting pictures from WhatsApp. When he were at breakfast, I'm not even exaggerating, about 12 packs of empty Nutella on his plate. And Lee Appleyard, Lee was there, he says, mate, I'm more concerned about what he's eating for breakfast. I'm like, no way. Then, like I say, he had a pint of full Coke later on in the day, and all that swirling around in your stomach. It's, not for me. I won't be doing that anyway. So, yeah.
Did it affect things really, though? Like, would you have targeted the body anyway?
Yeah, I always vary it, mixing from head to body. Obviously, I saw a gap, but once I landed that first one and he dropped, I thought, well, that's my shot into it. That's the money shot, and that's where I'm going to be going from here on. So, yeah.
How does it feel how much things have changed for you? Because you were often in the away corner. You won Commonwealth belts at different weights, but the kind of big ones, if you like, never quite came through for you, particularly when you weren't at the weight that you're now comfortable at. Yeah. Now you're defending champion. You're on a run of 7 or 8, I think, in a row that you've won. You're with Frank now, big TV promoter. Yeah. How do you reflect on how much things have changed?
Massively. It's just, I put a status out there the other day on my social media because it's literally just over, we're on 17th today, the 15th of May, obviously last year when I beat Yafai.
Yeah.
3 weeks notice, obviously 15 months out of inactivity, 25 to 100 on points, and it's just like, I just always believed if you keep trying again, and obviously you improve from your mistakes and stuff, then eventually it pays off. And obviously I have learned from mine. It's all experience, which I use that word a lot, but it's key. You can't buy experience. So I just feel it's come, it's all about time, and it's come at the right time. And I always believed I was good enough, which is another thing. And no matter how many times I've been written off, and like you said, they're underdog, and sometimes it worked off for me, like I said, the rough with the smooth. But I think if you believe in yourself, which I do, and you keep working, eventually it will pay off. And obviously, in my case, it has done. So I'm just in my prime. Obviously, I'd say I'm in form of my career, if you like, and I'm excited. I'm excited for what's coming next, which I'll give you a little insight into. We can't say just yet, but yeah, I'm excited.
Without saying exactly what is coming next, I know neither of us want to get each other into trouble, but the fight that is planned to be next, what will that do for you career-wise?
Well, for a start, I think I'm going to get a lot of credit and respect from, beating a fighter like that, of that level. And it is definitely world level, there's no doubt about that. And I think it's a fight that's going to interest a lot of people without saying too much. So definitely my biggest test today, no doubt about that. Yeah, I'm not saying too much because it's easy to slip into it, but it's definitely my hardest test today. And this is where I learned about myself now, where I find out, that level. If I am going to be a world champion, then I need to beat kids like this. Simple as that. So I'm excited for it. It's taken me long enough to get here, like you say. And now I'm here. I'm just like thriving in the moment. I'm going to enjoy it.
And you're already top 15 for 3 of the 4 major sanctioning bodies. A victory like this, and again, we're not going to say who it is, but that should skyrocket you a bit further up those rankings, right?
Yeah, definitely. He's highly ranked as well, so there's no reason it shouldn't do. And like I say, it should put me in a very, very good position. It'd be interesting to see what comes after this, but obviously not looking ahead. I've got a challenge on my hands here, one I'm very confident of doing. But obviously can't look no further than this guy.
Now, your old rival, Brad Foster, he's been insistent since you defeated him that he should have got the decision in your fight. How many times have you watched it back, just out of interest?
It took a while for it to come on BT Sports, didn't it? Obviously on the internet. It took a while for it to be released. Yeah. Yeah, so I've only watched it back once or twice, no more than that. And it's just how I thought I saw through the fight. It was cagey early on. Could have given him a few of the earlier rounds, but second half of the fight, it were all me coming forward, and you can't hold and tie up and not do much on the inside and run all night for the 12 rounds. So it was a close fight, but I firmly believe I won. Just like he says he won. You probably got arguments either way. It was a close fight, but I believe I won.
Did it surprise you that it panned out that way, that you were the one coming forward, kind of making the fight at close quarters? Because an observer would assume it'd be the other way around.
Yeah, exactly. I thought boxing ability, it was very good. I didn't expect it to be as good as that boxing-wise, but then there's the other side of the game and roughing them up and fighting on the inside and stuff. So it's, that's probably the side of his game for him to work on, if you like. But like I say, I didn't expect them to the tactics it would work, but they did. And going into another fight, if I ever come down the line, obviously there's a bit of a rivalry there now.
Yeah.
There's a lot happening on social media. I upset a few of his people the other day as well. I believe I'd come at the fight from different tactics next time anyway.
He's got a fight this week, obviously, Friday against Ironat Baluta. What do you make of that fight? And what does he need to do to make a rematch with you viable? Because at the moment, it seems like you'd have everything to lose.
Yeah. One, it's a good fight. Very, very good fight, because he's an handful, that Baluta. Obviously, I saw him against Mick Conlon. He's got a win over TJ Downey. So he's no mug. He's an handful. He's, firing all night long. He's non-stop. So Brad's got his work cut out. A fair play to him for obviously taking this fight straight after a defeat as well, because you could have an easier comeback than that. So that's that. I mean, I should be there. I'm all planned to go down there. I just need to organise. I like to be in attendance. It's a fight I'm interested in. Obviously, like I said, there's a rivalry there with me and Brad. He's chomping a bit. He wants me, so that's always there. Obviously, he's got to beat Baluta, hasn't he? He's got to beat Baluta. I'm obviously not even focused on Brad whatsoever. He's irrelevant for the time being. I've got a fight coming up that, I can't be distracted anyway. I need full focus on that fight, which I have done. But like I say, down the line, build these rivalries, and if it comes to it and it makes sense, then I'm always game to beat him again.
Do you think your situation's a bit like when Joe Joyce beat Daniel Dubois, in that you had the touted Queensbury fighter upset by you in this case, and now you're a Queensbury fighter and they've got right behind you?
Yeah, well, that's just business, isn't it? That's how it all works. The winner stays on, if you like. But obviously I weren't supposed to win that fight. Well, I weren't supposed to win the Yafai fight, but I have, and I'm here, and they're backing me now, which is good. And obviously, like I said, we've had a brilliant start, main event in Telford. I'm on a great card scheduled for obviously this fight as well. So it's been a brilliant start, and not only Foster, Frank's got a brilliant stable of super-bantamweights. You're probably, good to get hold of me, because I've got all the titles. Obviously, vacated the British. That's been chosen, been fought for. My next fight, win that one. European might be freed up, whatever else. So they're kind of all in that stable. There's a good little mix of fighters there. There's some rivalries getting worked up, if you like it, along the way. I know there's Davies Kane there, not happy with one another. So all these fighters, as long as they keep winning, I keep winning, it makes sense, then there's no reason why these fights can't be made.
How much at this time are you already looking at the world scene at the very top, I'm talking about, so the world champions, and who you might match up well with style-wise?
Yeah, well, it's tied up at the minute, isn't it, at the top end. Go on, there's the American, and is it the Is he a Kazakhstan kid?
Yeah, so
Where
you've
he's
got Akmadaliev,
Yeah,
Figueroa.
yeah.
And,
I do.
go on.
Go on. I haven't really looked too much into him yet because I'm not quite there yet. So I'm, my full focus on my opponent, which should propel me. It's a name that stands out, and it's a name that put me in that mix anyway. But I haven't looked at him too much because I've never been about one to be calling people out this and that and talking a load of rubbish. Really, I want to earn my right to be there, if you like, and then you can start knocking on the door and all the rest of it. So we need to climb that ladder just a little bit higher first, before obviously I start looking at them kids.
And aside from you being in your prime and obviously being at the right weight for you now, what else would you pick out as the factors behind this form that you're showing?
Just timing and experience. Everything happens for a reason. I do truly believe that. And obviously years and years of work, it's finally paying off. It's taken me 10 years to get there. Don't get me wrong, as a professional. I've even writ off as an amateur when I won my ABA title. Writ off then. I've always been writ off, always been underdog. Sorry, but just believe timing comes, experience, and if you work hard enough, then you're going to reap your rewards, and that's how it's happened here. But obviously, it's not going to stop. I'm excited. I believe I'm going to show my best in this next fight. I believe the better the fighter brings out the better in me. So yeah, it's interesting, it's exciting, and I'm just really looking forward to it.
What does it mean to you to be kind of an inspiration to a lot of other fighters out there? The likes of you, Maxie Hughes is another recent example of kind of turning early career defeats around and now right on the verge of world level. Yeah,
like I've just said, if you never give up, you put that work in, even if you're not having any luck. I mean, I look at it when I got the F5 fight come out of the blue. Nobody knew what was going to happen at that time. I was 15 months out in activity, no fault of my own, but I stayed in the gym. I stayed working, stayed training. Even my 1 hour of exercise when we're in lockdown, I'll make it most of that 1 hour of exercise a day. So you've just got to keep going. You can't really spit the dummy out, if you like, or sulk because things aren't going your way. You've just got to keep plugging away. And, hopefully all the work you put in, it will eventually pay off. And like I said, Maxie is another prime example, perfect example there. He's taken his risks like I've taken risks and taken the opportunities. And that's it, really. If you stay ready, then you are ready. If I hadn't been fit and ready for the F5 fight, I'd have turned that down. Would I be here today? Definitely not. I'd have never got that European title shot again. So I had to take that 3 weeks or not. I had to take that opportunity. So you just got to stay ready.
Now, just before I let you go, just remind the people out there how they can find you on the different social media platforms, because we're getting quite spicy recently.
Do you know what? I'm not big on social media. Believe it or not, I lose Facebook. There's a lot of my friends from school and stuff like that. And Stevie says after you need to get on Twitter, you need to do this, you need to do that. I'm like, mate, I'm not really one for all that. I like my little circle, my own little thing, and just crack on. But go on Twitter at JaceCunny89. I'm screaming. I think that's it for Instagram as well. Just Jason Cunningham on Instagram. And obviously Facebook's the one where I just, that's just there for my friends who I've grown up with and stuff like that. I use that most, probably out of all of them, but that's where you'll find me. Not that you get too much from me, but that's where you'll find me.
All right, well, really, really appreciate your time. Very best luck. Look forward to when the fight's announced and we can talk about it a bit more openly, but really looking forward to it.
Yeah, thank you. Cheers, Danny.